Well, Bill Powell is chief Washington correspondent at Newsweek. He joins me now live from Washington, D.C. Bill, good to have you on the program. On Tuesday, North Korea tested what it says was a hypersonic missile. What does that signal about the North's growing weapons capabilities?
If in fact it was a hypersonic missile, then that is troubling for the U.S., South Korea, and Japan. The Chinese and the Russians, it's been widely known and long known, have made significant progress in developing hypersonics. If North Korea has as well, either on its own or perhaps with assistance from China, that would be a worrying development because hypersonics are the state of the art, if you will, in missile development, and it would show a level of sophistication that I would imagine might be a surprise to our Pentagon. Now, I have not yet independently confirmed with the Pentagon as to whether they agree this was a hypersonic missile test or not. I'm hoping to be able to do that tomorrow, but it would be a troubling development indeed.
Yeah, if in fact it is a hypersonic missile, what does the impact of that likely mean for the regional dynamic in East Asia?
Well, it becomes more threatening because it allows the North to attack platforms from long distance, principally naval assets of both the U.S., South Korea, and Japan. It creates, in some ways, a stronger ring of deterrence around the North, but it also gives them a greater offensive capability should they ever be able to ever choose to use that, which I think is unlikely. But nonetheless, it is a significant upgrade in their arsenal, both in terms of an offensive capability and also in establishing in making North Korea a tougher place to attack.
What does this all mean for relations between North Korea and the U.S. and South Korea? Because on one hand, we have the North testing what it says is this hypersonic missile, and then on the other saying now that it is willing to restore the inter-Korean hotline, but then also calling on the U.S. to end what it says is its hostile policy toward the country.
Right. Well, I mean, a lot of this, we've heard time and time again. It is certainly going to be welcome news in Seoul and here in Washington, that he's reopening the hotline and again communicating with the South Koreans. The Biden administration and the government in Seoul would be on the same page on that. In terms of his rhetoric about hostile policy, he says the U.S. hostile policy hasn't changed, but then again, he met directly with Donald Trump. Donald Trump became the first U.S. president to meet directly with a North Korean leader. The policy didn't change under Trump. Rhetorically, it did, but there was no substantive change. And through it all, over three and now four successive administrations, the U.S. has made no progress in getting the North to stand down its nuclear program, and I frankly would not expect the Biden administration to be any more successful than its predecessors on that score.
Okay, we'll leave it there for now. Bill Powell joining us from Washington, D.C. Thank you.